Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Into the Light. Thank you for clicking on this video and tuning in today. So today's pick a card reading is going to be about what are people's first impression of you. So how do people see you when they first meet you? So we have 3 piles to choose from today. I have these cute little hand sanitizers from Bath & Body Works. I just thought it would be super cute and adorable to just choose from these. So we have the watermelon lemonade. It's like a nice spring scent. I love it. And then we have marshmallow pumpkin latte. And then we have sweet cinnamon pumpkin. So these are your 3 options to choose from. Right, so watermelon lemonade, marshmallow pumpkin latte, and sweet cinnamon pumpkin. So whichever you feel like most drawn to, like the most, then that will be where your reading will be. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Starting with the watermelon lemonade. Put these little guys to the side. It's been super cold today, so I'm wearing this scarf right now. Alright. So, those of you who have chosen the watermelon lemonade, this is your reading here today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and being here just to start off. So yeah, let's hop right into it. Put this to the side here. So what are people's first impression of you? So we have the 2 of Wands. Maybe I'll put it here. Or here. We have the 2 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, and then we have Conclusion, Oath, and we have the 2 of Diamonds and the 10 of Diamonds. We also have the Fish and the Woman. The Lady. Alright. So what are people's first impressions of you? So I see that you're somebody that people see you as somebody that's really a go-getter. Once you put your mind to something, you achieve it. You'll do that planning and you'll really sit with it, look at, how you can achieve it, and then you just go out and get it. You go out and do it, and you literally just speak it into existence, and it just comes to you. You also just work really hard, and you make sure whatever that you want, you make sure that you really get to look at all of the details and really understand that, your mind is very powerful, and you can really just, manifest anything you want as long as you believe yourself, and, people always see you, doing, these really great things, people might see you and be like, wow, this person, dresses so well, and, they have so many jobs, or, they just work so hard, they're always at work, or, if you go to school, people look at you and you're just always done your work on time, and you're always at class on time, and you're somebody that's very intelligent. With this Ace of Swords, with the 3 of Pentacles here, I just see this as you're somebody that's very intelligent, and you speak your truth. People hear you talk and they're just wow, you're literally a living, walking dictionary. I don't know. People just, whenever you speak, it's wow, there's so much to this person than just what's on the surface. Especially with this Conclusion card here. So this card is basically, it talks about, a book, and even though it says conclusion, it reminds you that there's more to a person than, what's on the surface. Even though you feel like, oh, I made up my mind about this person, there's more to you, and there's a lot of layers to you that lies very deep, and people just really want to get to know you better, especially with this oath card. Like, people would want to, be your friend, or, be your lover if they just, like, really just want to get with you, especially if they have, like, a lot of, like, excuse me, a lot of, like, sexual interest with you. Like, especially with this oath card, like, come on, just look at his body. Like, wow. People may see you as somebody that's, like, really tough, too, and works out. I want to quickly look at oath here. I don't remember all of what this is, but I want to make sure that I give you guys the message here before we move on. An oath is never made lightly nor in jest. Promises are meant to be honored. When you choose this symbol, perhaps it's time you look at how you have made your promises. Have you crossed your fingers behind your back? Has anyone broken his or her promise to you? Let the person go. Don't hold on if someone refuses to be honorable. You don't want this person in your life. For now, the most important promise you can make is to yourself. Promise to be kind, loving, honorable, and good. Do no harm. To belong to me, you must keep that promise. So, yeah. So I definitely see that people, like, you're the type of person that, as I said earlier, like, if you really want to do something, you work on that. You look at how that is possible. You look at all the details, and you keep going to that. And with oath here, like, you're the type of person that you can probably, like, really easily kind of read people. So if you feel like this person's, like, giving off, like, bad vibes, whatever, blah, blah, then you know that, okay, I don't really want to be too close with this person, Like, you protect yourself, you protect your energy, you protect your heart, especially, like, you see him kind of, like, he has this fist and all this energy coming off of here. So you protect yourself. Like, not everyone gets in to you in the way that, like, they see all of your layers. So, like, maybe some people come up with conclusions for you, but they really don't know everything about you. So with this Two of Pentacles here, I also see you as, or people see you as somebody that's always juggling a lot. You have a lot on your hands, work, school, whatever it is, projects. So I see love affair as well up here, which the two of Diamonds, Two of Pentacles usually represents when it comes to love. It's like you're juggling two people. And I see this as well with the Fish and the Woman. This can also represent having, like, too many women at once. So that might resonate with some of you. But yeah, you're somebody that's really, like, really abundant, and people see you as somebody that just works really hard. Like, money is probably, like, your driving force. People see you as very wealthy. But, like, lastly, with the Fish and the Woman here, this also shows me that you're somebody that's very fulfilled, and somebody sees you, and people see you as, like, having enough in your life. Even if you used to have enough and you feel like you don't, whatever, people just see you as very abundant. And you may be somebody that's also self-employed, which is why you're probably always, like, doing so much and you have a lot on your hands. But people also very, like, they cherish your energy, and, you're somebody that doesn't come around, like, all the time, and people see this and value this about you. Also, you're somebody that values women as well, maybe a feminist. With these two together here, like, you really also just really cherish women. Maybe a little bit of a lady killer. That, like, little metaphor thing, statement, whatever. But that's what I'm picking up for you guys. That shows this pile number 1. If it resonated, please give me a thumbs up. And, comment down below if you like. You don't really have to. You don't have to, like, go out and tell all your business, obviously. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye now. All right, those of you who have chosen the marshmallow pumpkin latte, guys, this one smells amazing. It's my favorite one. It smells the best. This is your reading here. I'm just gonna smell it right now. Oh, it smells so good. You guys, if you have a Bath and Body Works near you, go out and get this. All right. So, what are people's first impression about you? So we have the Justice. Oh, ooh. Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the High Priestess of Fire and Focus, but it's in the reverse here. I use my pendulum to make sure that it should be reversed or not, which, it's always a good thing to do. So let's say yes. If you do tarot, let me know if you also use your pendulum. I saw like some tarot readers do that, and I'm like, wow, that's such a good idea. So we have the Queen of Hearts, Six of Hearts, Ship, and Clouds. All right. I feel like I'm missing some cards here, but like I'm not. It's just like there's an empty space right here, so I'm like, what? But yeah, this is all good. It's all good. All right. So what are people's first impressions of you? All right. So, well, let's start with the Justice and the Ace of Pentacles, like the tarot row up here. With these two together, I see that people's first impression of you is that you make a really good decision that brings you a lot of blessings, or can bring you a lot of blessings, but it also like leaves you to feel like you have a lot on your plate as well. You may like your outcome may be like, yeah, you'll be blessed with this thing, which maybe people see you as like, wow, you live in such a nice, beautiful house, or you have the best job and whatever. So people see that, but people don't see like how much of a strain it like actually puts on you. Even though it looks so beautiful and nice in the forefront, it's like you have a lot of responsibilities to do with it in the background. Especially like, or I guess let me start with the Lenormand as well, because this will help clarify things a lot more. So with the Ship here in the Clouds, these two together show me that you've had like a change in the way that you're going about your life, like a really big change. Especially with these two up here, this really clarifies these two as well. You had a really big change, but your path was kind of unclear. So you did this thing, and like everyone's like, wow, so great, you're doing so well, like this is so beautiful, but you're kind of like in the background, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have made this decision. Now I have to do too much, or now I have too much on my plate. And you're kind of just in that feeling of, if I give this up, then what will people think of me? Now that I don't have this thing, will people feel like I'm not as accomplished as I used to be? So you kind of just like keep carrying this load, even though you don't really like see your way out of this thing, because you're like, wow, like this is really beautiful physically, but it's not doing the best for your mental. So yeah, you had a change, and it created this unclear purpose, or this unclear path here, because you didn't really think about it for too long. But now you are, and it's just like, especially with this focus card being in reverse. It's like you kind of had like a lack of focus on, you know, where you were going with this thing. Like everybody may feel like, wow, you're doing so much. This is so nice. But it's like you don't really feel that way yourself because you don't really feel like you're in the greatest position. Let me quickly look up this focus card as well. Yeah, so it's just like with focus, you'll achieve what you want. This is like a reminder that you must let go of all distractions and have the courage to give it your all. Your arrow will be drawn to whatever your focus is on, so keep your eye on the target. However, remember that you can't control every outcome. Just as the wind can influence the path of your arrow, there are many factors determining the course of your plans. To achieve anything, you must focus, take aim, and let go. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing that you guys, this is a little bit off of topic kind of, but I feel like this needs to be said. So yeah, like even with this card here, in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Ten of Wands, like all of these batons are in front of his face, and he's walking forward, but he can't really see. And this is you right now. It's like, you're walking forward, you have all of this on your hands, but your focus is a little bit off because you can't really see your path, where you're really going with all of this. And then I want to look up this High Priestess of Fire. Whenever she arrives, she reminds you of your ability to create your own reality and to choose how you channel your energy. If you are restless, call upon the High Priestess of Fire for inspiration and joy, and she will release you from the trap of boredom. Fire brings warmth and light, but it also burns when it is allowed to get out of control. Spend your energy creatively, not impulsively, and guard yourself against burning out. Use your fire wisely and let your light shine. Yeah, so I feel like some of you guys are definitely like going through this burnout right now, and it's like you're focusing your energy on things that you feel like might make your life better physically, but sometimes you just gotta like sit back, relax, and let the answers come to you instead of really like trying to do everything and control everything by yourself. Because sometimes, we just need to let go and put it in the universe's hands, right? So another thing I'm picking up with this is, maybe some of you got into a relationship or you have a group of friends that you're very emotionally dependent on. I just saw this. And, people may see you as, being taken advantage of a little bit. Like, sometimes there's like the group of friends and you see that one person that's like, seems a little bit more stressed and kind of like always like, making sure everyone's calm, but they're kind of like not doing too great themselves. Because you're such an empathic person, you want to make sure everything is going right in your life, but you kind of just forget to sit back and focus on yourself and your needs, because you're this very fair person, and you're very faithful, but it's like sometimes this takes a toll on you because you're exerting your energy outside of yourself, and you're being like too generous. But you gotta be generous and to yourself first. So this was for you guys that chose the pile 2 with this Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte hand sanitizer. If this resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I know we got a little bit off topic, just a little bit, but it, had to be said for somebody out there. If that resonated with you, let me know. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye now. Last but not least, pile 3 with the sweet cinnamon pumpkin. This reading here is for you. This one smells really good, but if you put too much on, it gives you a serious headache. So I haven't used, I guess I have used a lot of it, but yeah. Just a heads up. Alright, so What's people's first impression of you? Start with the tarot here. So we have the Star, the Six of Cups, we have the Seven of Wands, we have Denial, we have Fragment, we have the Two of Spades, the Nine of Hearts, we also have the Stork, and the Broom, which is also just known as the Whip traditionally in Lenormand. Put these two here. Alright, so what are people's first impression of you? I don't like that either. Okay, I'll stop touching them. Alright, what are people's first impression of you? Alright. Every time the Star card pops up, I know like I have a lot of viewers that just like come back to my video. So I'm like, if you keep hearing the same message, just know you're that bitch. But anyways, you are seen as a star. People's first impression of you is just like, people literally get starstruck. They just feel like, damn, this person is out of my league, but you are gorgeous, beautiful, handsome, all of above. And, you know, people see you and like hear you speak and just, you know, you may be the type of person that kind of talks about your aspirations to others, and people are just like, wow, this is somebody I would love to be with. This would be like my dream person, but they're out of my league. But people also feel a very familiar connection with you. Like you're somebody that, you know, people can easily speak with and just feel, you know, so at home with you and feel like, wow, like I can definitely, you know, have a long friendship with this person. Like they're just so cool. I want to keep them in my energy. And yeah, also just like people just want to get close with you, really. Like, you know, they want to keep you in their energy. And with the Seven of Wands here, this shows me that, you know, because you very much like believe and value like your aspiration, your dreams, whatever, all of that good stuff, you're somebody that will assert yourself. So if you feel like somebody is, you know, not aligned with your goals and not aligned with your values, you're kind of the type of person to be like, get you out of my life, especially like the Star. This is like Aquarius energy, so, you know, you can easily be like, oh, no, you can leave. Or, you know, if somebody says something to you and you just feel like it was so out of line, and you'll literally call it out and be like, no, you're bullshitting. Don't even, you know. And this is like, if somebody just says something like out of pocket, you're literally like the first one to be like, no, and shut that down. But you shut it down nicely with all of this sweetness, so it's like people can't really be too mad at you. And even if you don't shut it down with the most sweetness, it's like, okay, she or he knows what they're talking about. I should watch myself, you know? I'm going to go to the Lenormand before I explain the Oracle and the playing cards here. So we have the Stork and the Broom, aka the Whip. So these two together make me think that, well, on first impression of seeing these two cards together, I felt like people's first impression of you is that you went through like a really big change or shift in your life. And with these two cards being together, it shows like there was a long process that you went through to maybe get out of something, because the broom is like you're sweeping something away to have more change or something new in your life. And I feel like this may be something like a relationship change. Like maybe you guys just recently got out of a relationship that you were in, a committed relationship you were in for a really long time, or you had a best friend and they kind of just like kept betraying you, whatever, you got rid of them, some kind of relationship change here. Or this can also be not just a relationship change, but say you had like a change of career or a change of job here. But it's like this shows people that, like, if something isn't going right in their life, they don't have to stick with it. So people like see this and kind of know this about you and are just like, wow, like, you give these people hope if they're in like a certain situation that may be like similar to yours. It gives them hope to know, like, okay, I can get out of this, or I can deal with this, and so on. Because you're somebody that can move on from a bad experience here, and in the end, it's like you go through so much growth no matter what. Like, you're not the type of person really to sit down and cry and just grieve. Like, yeah, like you can cry and grieve and stuff, but it's like you don't let that hold you back or stunt you. You always like, keep moving forward, and you just sweep it out of your life and start anew, start fresh. So you kind of like you're like a self-healer, and you kind of approach things with a different outlook than people typically might. Like, if somebody goes through a really harsh breakup, people just like, break down, get depressed, don't want to go out with their friends anymore, and may even end up going back to their ex, but you're like the type of person that can just sweep it out and move on, find something better. One door closes, the other one opens. And especially with this Two of Spades here, it's like people have seen that you had to make a really big decision in your life, and this caused you to change something. So you see like change in location here. Something changed or something shifted in your life, but it shifted for the better. It gave you like more spiritual growth. It like you manifested more beauty, more wishes, more of your desires in your life. It's like you made like a bunch of sacrifices, but for the better, for good. I'm also seeing big difference in few months. So whatever you have gone through, people are like, whoa, how did you like start going on vacation and start doing this, and like, you're back at school and you're getting all these new jobs, and people just see this and it's like, whoa, like you just went through something so horrible, but you just came out on top, and you got like so many dream come trues for you, and you're just more in harmony with your life, and there's so much like satisfaction coming your way, and all of these obstacles that you have dealt with gave you more spiritual growth. We're seeing like here complete and forced change. So even if something came at you fast, it's like you kind of just take it and still try and find a way to pave that into your life and not really stray yourself off of your path here. Sorry, my throat is going dry. Right? So we're going to get into these two cards. So denial, not too sure if it really is ripe and if it's ready to be picked. So people see you as somebody that makes the decision of either should I go for this thing or should I wait and step back a little bit. Because with denial here, like it says denial, it's like, some people can be in denial of something, but it's like with you, it's like something happens to you and you rather not jump into something quickly. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is, something went wrong. Or not really wrong, but something happened in your life that you had to let go of something. A complete forced change had to happen for you. But instead of, going to like grab at like new things too quickly, you gave yourself that time to really just sit with yourself and really realize, like, okay, before I like get really upset about what just happened, I'm going to sit with myself and realize, hey, maybe this had to happen. Maybe this change is actually good for me and is actually putting me on my path, like even pushing me closer to my goals than, keeping me away from it if I actually kept it. So it's saying, like, you're not meant to achieve what you want right now. Keep the faith, for if you wait and show patience, I will reveal some wondrous things later. This is a gentle warning not to get caught up in your desire to reach your goals too soon. You may choose sour fruit that only looks ripe and juicy. In this case, I alone know when the time is ripe. So this means, like, you have more, whatever we went through, you started having more patience in what you want to achieve, because like you can't really force things anymore, especially like say you were in a relationship and it's like things weren't going too great, and it's like, you both kept trying and trying and trying and like going through all these different steps, and it's like it still wasn't working out. And then you're like, you know what, let me just step back and leave this alone, because maybe this isn't for my highest good. Maybe I'm not supposed to do this right now, which is also why you're just such this like assertive person. Like, hey, like, this is not serving me. I can't do this, I rather just kind of step back and make things, fall in line for me instead of forcing things to come to me. And then next we have fragment, which is this little, there's like a ghost here, I think. I don't know. It looks like a woman. So I'm going to read this one too. So it says, family, friends, work, study, activities can all seem unrelated to each other. My child, you are always whole, even if at times things feel separate and fragmented. That is only an illusion. Choosing this symbol reminds you that all the moving parts of your life are important. If the one you're asking about seems confusing, focus on what brings you clarity. Be here now and know that I love you and see you as beautiful and whole regardless of how disconnected things seem. Also, remember to take a step back when you're trying to understand something. You may be looking at only one piece of a giant puzzle, a fragment of the truth. See the big picture through my eyes, and no matter what, all is well. So definitely, like, you guys have went through something, and it's really like shown you that it's okay to step back and relax and just wait for things to kind of happen and unfold the way that it should be, and not trying to like force things, and really just, you've learned that, there's a lot of things happening in your life in the physical, but, these things aren't as important if you're not feeling good inside and you're not feeling good, like, mentally. So it's like you can kind of just see, like, this is not working out for me. I'm going to move away from it. Like, as I said, like, earlier, like, you may have been in a relationship and, everybody saw this and it's, like, all over, media, and everyone's talking about your relationship and everything. And it seems really good on the outside. And then kind of one day you're just single and it's like, whoa, I thought you guys were, like, great. You're going to be together forever. But, that was kind of, like, only really an illusion. This friendship that you had, like, even if you weren't in a relationship, if you had a friendship and you had to let this person go, like, they may have been, you guys shared a lot of memories and it was great, but there was something lacking that you weren't really paying attention to. And as soon as you step back and stop being so like curious about like, hey, why isn't this person doing this? You kind of step back and realize like, hey, this actually isn't what I want. This is not what I see myself being in a relationship with someone as. So I'm going to step back and, get this thing out of my life, which, you kind of put yourself you aligned yourself with something that, kept you more in harmony, and people just really kind of like look up to you and feel really hopeful that like, wow, this person can go through a lot and just get out of it and still come out on top, So that's what I'm picking up for you guys that chose this cinnamon pumpkin. Hopefully this resonated with you. Please give me a thumbs up if it did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye now.